As soon as the temperature dips even just a little bit, I find that I have such a longing for all things baked and roasted, but baked sweet potato in particular. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to stuff baked sweet potato 3 different ways. They are gonna make your taste buds smile with joy, if that's even possible. I think it's possible. Before we get to these recipes, I want to thank Holy Veggie for sponsoring this video, and they are an amazing company who makes 100% plant-based meals that are quick, easy, incredibly delicious, and super healthy. If you want to start eating more vegetables and plant foods, then you definitely got to try Holy Veggie. And one of the sweet potatoes today, I am stuffing with one of their meals. So the first step, let's just get that one out of the way, and that's getting our sweet potatoes baked and nice and soft and delicious. And the sweetness really comes out in the baked sweet potato. So you want to poke it all over with a fork. Don't peel it. That's key. And bake it for about an hour, give or take 10 minutes till it's nice and soft at 400 degrees. Okay, so I have 3 delicious options, and my first stuffed sweet potato that I'm gonna show you how to make is my avocado black bean stuffed sweet potato. So once you take your potatoes out of the oven, just let them rest for a moment because they'll be really, really piping hot. When they've cooled down just a little bit, take a knife and draw a slit over the top lengthwise. So you open the sweet potato and you create a beautiful little pocket to put your stuffing in. Now this one is very simple. So in a small bowl, you're gonna chop and cube some ripe avocado. Then you're gonna add some frozen peas and frozen corn, but I have already thawed them. So I have like a quick method. I just pour boiling water over the amount I'm using. So put those into the bowl, put your black beans in, put a squirt of lemon, season it as you like with some salt and black pepper, and then give it a little stir. And now you're going to stuff your baked sweet potato. So the finishing touch on this one is definitely the creamy sauce that we're gonna make. And this is totally dairy free. You won't be missing the dairy, but we're gonna use tahini. Tahini is sesame seed paste. So we're gonna take some tahini, we're gonna put some freshly squeezed lemon juice in there. We're gonna put some extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of sea salt. If you need to put a little bit of water to thin it out, and just whisk it. Give it a good whisk till you get a nice creamy consistency. Then you're gonna drizzle your tahini dressing over top. And the final touch is just a little bit of fresh herbs, and I like to use cilantro, but if you don't like cilantro, you could use mint. That would be a nice option as well. Next up is my sweet and spicy chickpea stuffed sweet potato. Now this is the one where I'm using a Holy Veggie frozen meal. I have to be honest, like several weeks ago, when Holy Veggie sent me some of these frozen meals to try, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit skeptical because I was like, oh, frozen meal, how good is that gonna be? And honestly, I was like blown away. They are so delicious. And as much as I personally like cooking from scratch, I also sometimes really just like when it's super easy and I can just like have a meal in less than 5 minutes. So this recipe is not labor intensive at all. All we're gonna do is take out of the freezer our sweet and spicy chickpea meal, and we're gonna put it into a pan. So you wanna bring your pan up to a medium temperature. You just dump all of the contents into the pan, and there are so many vegetables and plant-based goodness. I think there's maybe like 15 or more. So don't think because it's like a frozen meal, it's like junk. This is so many plants and actually a good amount of protein and also a good amount of fiber and like 50% of your vegetables for the entire day. So it's really easy. You got it in your pan, you put in some water and you let it cook away, and you just let the liquid reduce down till you have like a nice sauce. It smells so good and it's incredibly delicious. So I just chopped up a little bit of avocado because I'm just gonna top that. Then all you're gonna do is take your pan over to where your sweet potatoes are and just spoon in this wonderful mixture into your baked sweet potato. So I topped it with some cubed avocado and also a little bit of cilantro, but honestly, it doesn't even need more flavor because it's so flavorful and delicious. And the great thing about this stuffed sweet potato is this is an entire meal in of itself. Like I had this for dinner and I was totally satisfied. Using Using the holy veggie in this recipe was such like a time efficient way to have like a whole complete meal in one dish. And all of their meals, by the way, are totally non-soy, because a lot of times with vegetarian meals, like they're packed with so much soy protein, but I like that because I'm actually kind of sensitive to soy that's not been fermented. Which leads me to my next one, because it does have soy, but it's fermented soy. My next one is stuffed with maple tamari tempeh. So tempeh is a fermented soybean product. I typically avoid tofu and soy milk and those kinds of ingredients because I'm extremely sensitive to soy. But this is fine because of the fact it's fermented. The proteins are so much easier to digest, and foods that are fermented are also good for gut health too. So I buy gluten-free tempeh. All you're gonna do is break it up with your hands into a bowl. If you've got some bigger chunks in there, that's totally fine. And we're gonna make a beautiful marinade with this, which is so simple, but so delicious. So in a separate bowl, you're going to mix up a little bit of maple syrup, some tamari, which is also fermented soybean, and then you're gonna add a little bit of olive oil and just give that a whisk. Give it a taste test, see if you like a little sweeter or not, and then pour that over your tempeh. Mix it all together, and if you want, you can let it marinate for about 20 minutes because tempeh is like a sponge and it absorbs all the flavor. You don't have to do that though, you could cook it right away. So on your stove top, you're going to heat up your pan to about medium with a little bit of olive oil, and then you're going to put your tempeh mixture in there and heat it up as well. So just cook it until it's heated through, which is like less than 5 minutes. So you're going to remove your tempeh from the heat, and you're going to spoon in your warmed up delicious tempeh mixture into your sweet potato. You can divide it between 2 or 3 because 1 packet of tempeh can go pretty far and it's really rich in protein. Then you're gonna top it with your green onions, with a little bit of nori, and then some sesame seeds just to finish it off. It looks beautiful and it tastes amazing too. So I want you guys to tell me which one are you most excited to make out of those 3 stuffed sweet potatoes. Comment below, and while you're at it, hit the little bell so you always get a notification when we have a new video. And I hope you have a joyous day, everyone. Bye!